Now, with the A's wrap-up, once again, here's Ken Korach.
And welcome back to the ballpark in Arlington. The fans sticking around for the postgame fireworks show. The Rangers providing plenty of those during the game as they beat the A's 13-4 here tonight. 14 hits for the Rangers and 6 for the A's. It seems kind of strange to say this, but it would have been nice to see what the score would have been if the A's had made some plays defensively, because I think the A's would have had a shot to stay in this ball game with Texas. The A's making 3 errors. At least one play, maybe 2 other plays that weren't errors that could have been made or probably should have been made by the A's. So the A's made it a lot easier on the Rangers than it needed to be tonight. And when you give the Rangers those kinds of openings, they really will take advantage with this high-powered offense. So the Rangers now kind of wondering what the Angels are going to do and the outcome of their game later, as early in the 3rd inning, the Angels were trailing the Yankees 1-0. And again, Texas, when play began on this 9th of September, led the Angels by 2.5 games. Back with the highlights after this.
I call this one Sunday Fun Day. It's a quarter till noon. The first round of games will be kicking off soon. Walking to the fridge, you swing open the door. A smile crosses your face. There's Coors Light galore. But in a matter of minutes, your friends will come shuffling in. So you hide a few cold ones in the vegetable bin. That way, when you think refreshment is gone, by gosh, there's a few silver bullets under the butternut squash.
Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
A's fans, do your part to help Bill King into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Visit Facebook.com/baseballhall and vote for Bill, who broadcasted A's games for 25 seasons, to be this year's recipient of the Ford C. Frick Award. Of the 75 candidates on the ballot this year, including current A's broadcaster Ray Fosse, the top 3 fan selections from votes tallied at the site will appear on the final 10-name ballot for the award. Vote for Bill early and often. Voting concludes September 30th.
This is Dan Dibley inviting you to join me every morning from 6 to 10 right here on 95.7 The Game.
Well, things were looking good for the A's early tonight. In the top of the 1st inning, a 2-out walk to Matsui brought Willingham to the plate. Third base side of the rubber, Willingham hits it high and deep into left field. Turning around, looking up and watching it fly is Chavez. A tremendous home run to left field by Willingham. And that quickly in the top of the 1st inning, the Athletics have taken. Then in the bottom of the 1st, the Rangers would answer back. A leadoff walk to Kinsler. Then with 1 out, a fielding error on McCarthy and Michael Young reaching on the error, and Adrian Beltre was up next. Now from the first base side, here's the 1-1, and Beltre rips it to left in the corner, and that's going to get all the way to the wall on a hop. 1 run is in. Around second is Young. He's going to third. They're going to hold him there on a ringing double to left by Beltre. It's now 2-1 Athletics. Adrian Beltre smokes one between Matsui and the wall. Kinsler scored. Young went from first to third, and Beltre has his 82nd run batted in. Is it going to be one of those nights here? The Rangers would tie it up. David Murphy, the next hitter, delivers a sac fly, tied up at 2-2. Then the pitchers were in command until the Rangers would score 2 more runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. A 1-out single to Kinsler. He was running as Andrus was at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. We're tied up at 2-2 in the bottom of the 5th. He takes his lead. Now the stretch, he's running a huge jump, and it's drilled to center field. Coco going back, still going over his head and going to the wall. And Kinsler's going to score easily around third on a booming double. The center field by Elvis Andrus, and the Rangers have taken a 3-2 lead. Boy, the kid just killed it out there to center field. And Kinsler running on the pitch, no chance to get him. He scored from first. That came after Kinsler had reached on an infield single, a double clutch by Pennington in double clutching, losing the play at first base. Then after Young was retired, next up was Beltre. Runner leads at second, and McCarthy throws the 0-2 pitch. It's bounced to third. He was left taken by Sizemore. A full spin, a throw on a hop. It's off the bag, bobbled by Allen, and scoring all the way from second is Elvis Andrus. Another play not made by the A's, and the Rangers take a 4-2 lead. Be that kind of a night for the green and gold. It stayed 4-2 Texas until the 7th inning, when they would unload on Michael Wirtz, as Wirtz did not get an out, and he gave up 5 hits. And the first RBI single was off the bat of Ian Kinsler.
Kinsler stands right on top of the plate from the right side. The pitch swung on, lifted to right field, not deep. Weeks is going out. DeJesus charging in. Who's going to grab it? Nobody. It's off the glove of Weeks as DeJesus left his feet and got out of the way. Everybody is safe. Gentry moves to third, and the follies with the glove continue for the Athletics tonight. That ball has got to be caught by somebody, preferably DeJesus coming in. He's got a better look at it, as opposed to Weeks going back on the ball. They nearly collided.
A gift hit for Kinsler. They did not rule an error on the play. Next up was Andrews.
Here's the 1-1. Swung on off the leg of Wirtz. It trickles into right field, and a run is home with Gentry. Kinsler continues to third base. Another throw behind Kinsler as he took a wide turn there, but got back on the Weeks relay back over there. An infield hit for Andrews on an RBI and a 5-2 lead for Texas.
I think if he doesn't go with the kick save there, the A's have a chance for a 6-3 double play. It's hit right up the middle, hit off the mound. And I think that Pennington might have been able to make that play right on the bag and turn a double play.
I think he was more trying to avoid the ball than actually trying to use his foot as a deterrent for it to get through the infield. It's been that kind of night. It's been that kind of year.
Then after that, singles by Young and Beltre and Moreland made it a 4-run bottom of the 7th for the Rangers. The A's felt like, well, maybe we have a hope in the 8th inning. As Colby Lewis began the inning, he allowed a 1-out single to Weeks. Then Mike Adams, the former Padre, came out of the bullpen. He got an out on Coco Crisp, and then he would not get an out when Matsui came up. And the 1-2 to Matsui. Adams throws, and Hideki swings and drives one to right field. Murphy's going back. He's at the track. Murphy at the wall, and he is going to watch it fly. A 2-run home run to right field by Hideki Matsui. Gives the A's some life here in the 8th inning. It's now 8-4 Texas. On Matsui's 12th home run. To dead right field, about 30 feet fair, and about 8 rows back in the seats. That life would be sucked out of the A's and their fans when the Rangers scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. It began with a hit batter, Craig Gentry, hit by a pitch. Then later in the inning, an E4, a double play ball hit to second by Andrews, booted by Weeks, and then it just unraveled for the A's as the Rangers put the game away with those 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th, making the final score Texas 13 and the A's 4. The complete Friday scoreboard with Vince Cotroneo when the A's postgame continues.